Hi everyone, I hope you had a wonderful holiday full of laughter and time with loved ones. But if you're like me, the celebrations left behind more than memories. Twinkling lights, half-on ribbons, dangling crumbs scattered everywhere, and suddenly your home feels like it belongs to everyone. Except you. After weeks of hosting cooking and keeping everyone happy, my brain felt just as messy as the floor. My energy was low, even the smallest task felt impossible. In this video, I'm sharing 7 simple habits that helped me reclaim my space and my calm. No all-day scrubbing, no stress. Just little steps that made my home feel lighter and my mind actually clearer. If you've ever felt stuck staring at the mess, let's tackle it together. Starting with something simple you want to clean, but you can't even find the things you need to begin. After Easter, Christmas, or any celebration, spills, crumbs, and sticky fingerprints seem to multiply overnight, and if every tiny mess requires a trip to the kitchen, digging under the sink, or wrestling with a clogged spray bottle, of course your motivation disappears. At that point, it's not the mess that drains you. It's the whole process around it. Instead of telling yourself, I'll clean more, start by making cleaning easier from the start. Pick a quiet moment to reset your tools. Empty the vacuum and make sure it actually picks up crumbs in one pass. Check your cleaning clothes. Stiff, musty ones aren't fine. They quietly kill your motivation. Keep a small stack of soft, clean clothes you enjoy using. If your mop or brush makes you groan, wash it or swap it for something simple that works. Next, create a tiny kit that lives where life mess your living room, the space that usually gets the most post-holiday traffic. Nothing fancy, a small caddy tucked behind the sofa with 2 microfiber cloths, a small brush, and 1 gentle spray bottle, half water, half vinegar, a few drops of mild dish soap. Now when juice spills, glitter drops, or fingerprints appear, the solution is right at your fingertips. Before I started this, when the kids dropped crackers or leftover chocolate eggs on the rug during holiday movies, I'd sigh, think I'll do it later and step over it. By evening, those crumbs had turned into a bigger, more exhausting job. Once the kit actually lived in the room, that script changed. I could wipe spray or brush in under a minute, and the little post-holiday messes stopped snowballing into one overwhelming task. This little shift does more than save time, it gives you back energy and confidence. When the tiny messes stay under control, you suddenly have more mental and physical space to tackle the bigger ones. And that gentle momentum sets you up perfectly for the next step, resetting the heavy holiday zones before they drain you again. Don't forget to follow along in the next video. I'll show how I tackle the kitchen after the long day, step by step, so it actually feels manageable and stays organized. Now that your cleaning tools are ready and the small messes in the home are easier to handle, there's one more thing that quietly decides whether your home feels clean or not after the holidays, and it's not the sofa. Here's the thing, you can spend an hour fluffing pillows, straightening cushions, and arranging decor in the living room. But the moment you walk into a kitchen full of dirty dishes from holiday dinners or a bathroom that feels grimy after guests, all that effort disappears. Those 2 rooms are the heavy zones of your home. They carry smells, grease, moisture, and they quietly drain your energy every time you pass by. Lighten them first, and the rest of the house instantly feels easier to handle. On days when you have a bit more time, try flipping your usual order. Instead of starting with visible quick wins in the living room, begin with the kitchen and the bathroom. In the kitchen, clear the sink, wipe down the counters around the stove, give the stovetop a proper clean, and sweep or vacuum the main cooking area, especially the spots that took the hit from holiday cooking. Don't worry about perfection. The goal is a reset, a space that feels lighter and under control. In the bathroom, scrub the toilet, wipe the sink and faucet until they shine. Rinse the shower or tub and gather hair from the corners. Even 10 or 15 focused minutes can make a noticeable difference. I used to do the opposite. I'd spend over an hour in the living room, folding blankets, gathering toys, vacuuming rugs, only to step into the kitchen and see a greasy splashback or a full sink. My shoulders would drop. It felt like I hadn't done anything at all. The first time I started with the kitchen and bathroom, everything shifted. By the time I returned to the living room, I didn't feel like I was hiding chaos behind me anymore. I was simply finishing the picture. Once these heavy zones are under control, the rest of your home can breathe. Cushions feel lighter, floors are easier to tackle, and even leftover messes don't loom as large. Especially after the holidays, when decorations and crumbs are everywhere, starting with the spaces that carry the most stress makes your whole home and your mind feel calmer, cleaner, and far more manageable. Even a week after the holidays, my living room can feel like a glittery obstacle course. Paper bunnies or snowflakes dangling pastel, or twinkly garlands drooping plastic eggs, or ornaments under the sofa, and kids' crafts covering every flat surface. It was cute at first. Now it's overstimulating and exhausting. Once the kitchen and bathroom are under control, there's still one layer keeping the house stuck in holiday mode, the decorations and crafts that never made it back into a box. And I've learned the hard way trying to take it all down at once leaves me drained and snappy. A slow, gentle approach works better. I start with the main decor. One afternoon, I grab a box, line it with newspaper or tissue, and walk around the room picking up bunnies, garlands, figurines, and candles, whatever matches the holiday we just survived. Fragile items get a quick wrap before going in. I'm not fixing the whole house, just clearing the first loud layer. Next, I focus on the edges, bunting, wreaths, ribbons, and basket fillers. I coil ribbons loosely, pop them into a labeled bag or box, and tip the fake, grass-shredded paper or stray confetti straight into the trash. Baskets get stacked neatly to take up minimal space until next year. The hardest part is the kids' crafts. I keep a few favorites, a painted egg, or a holiday drawing that truly feels like my child in a small memories folder for that holiday. For the rest, I snap a quick photo, say a quiet thank you, and recycle them. The memories stay, the clutter doesn't. None of this happens in a marathon session. 10 or 15 minutes here and there after a meal before school pickup slowly chips away at the visual clutter. Once this holiday layer is gone, the living room finally feels like home again. Surfaces are easier to stay on top of, cushions look softer, and my mind gets a much-needed break. From there, setting up a simple checklist and daily routines feels so much easier because the first step was just giving the space back to myself. My brain used to carry the whole house, every task, every reminder, and it was just too loud. Running a home from memory is like juggling flaming knives, and every time you drop one, it lands on the carpet. After a busy holiday season, when there's even more to track, it's exhausting. Without a checklist, that's what your brain is doing all day. A small, honest checklist can take that pressure off. Grab a piece of paper or open a note on your phone and write living room at the top. Divide it into 2 short sections, 20-30 minutes, and once a month. First, jot down things like wiping the TV screen, vacuuming under the TV stand, cleaning the coffee table, or checking for crumbs under the cushions. In the monthly section, add washing cushion covers, wiping baseboards, dusting blinds, or moving furniture to vacuum behind it. The kind of things that really show up after a holiday rush. Then tape the list somewhere. You'll actually see it inside a cabinet door. Works well. Next, tie it to 2 tiny routines instead of trying to do it all. A daily routine might be cups back in the kitchen, trash in the bin, toys into one basket, blankets straightened. A weekly routine could be vacuum the rug, quickly mop the snack zone, wipe dust off the TV stand. Small, predictable actions keep the room from slipping back into chaos between deeper cleanse. In my house, that checklist completely changed how I use short pockets of time. If the kids play quietly for 10 minutes, I glance at the list, pick one quick job, and tick it off. Over a few weeks, the living room started to look cared for, but cleaning never felt overwhelming. Once your brain has this kind of support, deeper cleaning sessions become so much easier, especially if you follow a clear order instead of bouncing from one thing to another. And that's exactly what tip 5 is about, a simple, repeatable process for a full living room refresh. So no mess holiday, or otherwise ever feels too big to tackle. Next, once I had a simple checklist to guide me, there was still one problem. I'd start cleaning the living room and feel like I'd run a marathon without moving. Toys, scattered blankets, askew crumbs under the sofa. After the holidays, there were also stray gift bags, extra cushions, and wrapping paper bits hiding in corners. An hour in, I'd look around and think, nothing's really done. That feeling of chaos, even after working so hard, was exhausting. The trick I learned was to stop bouncing around and follow one simple straight line basket. Surfaces, floor. First, I grab a big basket and walk around the room once. Everything that doesn't belong in the living room goes in shoes, hair ties, stray chargers, books, random cups, leftover holiday bits that drifted in here. I don't put anything away yet, I just clear the space. The visual difference is immediate. Even if the basket is overflowing, the room suddenly feels calmer, like it can finally breathe. Next, I tackle the surfaces from top to bottom. I dust shelves, wipe frames, clean the tops of cabinets, then move down to the TV stand, coffee table, and side tables. When I see a sticky spot from spilled drinks or melted chocolate, I use the spray from my living room kit and wipe it straight away. I don't let my eyes wander to the floor, yet finishing the surfaces first gives me a sense of control that keeps me going. Finally, the floor. I vacuum the rug edges and corners, moving small pieces of furniture if I can. Sticky spots get sprayed and left for a few minutes while I finish another area, then wiped up before I'm done. By the end, the floor looks and feels clean underfoot, no more tape-like patches to dread from old spills or dropped candy. When everything is done, I take the basket and do one quick loop around the house, returning things to their proper rooms. I'm not reorganizing bedrooms or starting new projects. I'm just putting things back where they belong without adding more chaos. By the end, I can actually stand in the living room and feel one finished space. Cushions look fluffed. Surfaces are clear, and my mind feels lighter. That sense of completion is powerful. It gives me the energy to deal with the small, annoying details next, instead of avoiding them, and it sets the tone for keeping the rest of the house calm and manageable even when the next holiday rolls around. Tip 6. Even when the room looks tidy after a big holiday cleanup, there are always little spots that bother me every time I walk past the grime, stuck in the groove of the TV stand, the dust caught in cabinet edges, the fingerprints on the screen from sticky little hands, or that one stubborn sticker half peeled off the side of a table. They're not big enough to plan a whole cleaning day for, but they quietly drive me mad. Now, whenever I have a bit more time for a deeper clean, I pick just one tiny detail zone and deal with it properly. I grab a few simple tools, tweezers, an old toothbrush, cotton buds, a soft cloth, and my gentle spray, and sit right in front of it. 10 minutes. One mission. One day, it's the grooves on the TV stand. I run the toothbrush and cotton buds along the edges, pulling out dust and old crumbs that have been hiding there since before the holidays. It's gross, but once it's gone, the whole piece suddenly looks fresher, even though nothing big has changed. Another time, it's the door handle area where little hands always touch. I spray wipe and watch the sticky, dull patches turn back into a surface I actually want to touch. Fingerprints on the TV get the same treatment, just a slightly damp, microfiber cloth gentle pressure and a few slow passes. No fancy product, no heavy scrubbing, just attention. The screen doesn't look perfect, but it stops screaming smudged at me every time I sit down to watch a movie. Stickers are their own category. Instead of fighting them everywhere after every holiday craft session, I've made a deal with my kids. They have yes zones, bedroom doors, a cardboard board, a toy box where stickers can go wild. The TV, wooden furniture, and walls are no zones. When I find stickers on the wrong surfaces, I peel them slowly, use a bit of spray if there's residue, and then offer to move them to a yes zone instead. They still have fun, but I don't have to look at peeling stickers on the TV stand every day. These little detail fixes don't take long, but they make a huge difference in how the room feels up close. The fewer don't look there spots I have, the prouder and calmer I feel when I sit down, and that shift in how I see my effort is exactly what the next habit is about. Next, one of the hardest parts of keeping a home, especially after a big holiday season, isn't the work itself. It's how invisible that work can feel. Deep cleaning is often like that. You move the sofa vacuum under the rug, wipe behind the TV, clean inside the cabinet doors, and then you step back and think. From here, it looks the same. It's easy to slip into, I did all that and it doesn't even show. What's the point? I've had to teach myself a different way to look at it. Now, when I finish a deep clean, I remind myself. From far away, the room might look the same, but under the rug, behind the unit, in the cupboard, gaps, everything is different. Just because no one else sees it in a photo or when they pop over for a post-holiday visit doesn't mean it doesn't count. I know exactly how much effort went into those invisible layers. It's the same with handprints. Sometimes I'll spot a tiny, sticky handprint on the window or the side of a cabinet and feel that little pinch in my chest. Part of me wants it gone, part of me feels sad to wipe it away because it feels like wiping away a moment from this holiday. On those days, I let myself pause. I take a quick photo of the handprint, capture that moment of, this is how small they are right now, and then I wipe it clean. I get to keep the memory and still give the room back its calm. I've also had to accept this in a home with kids and pets. Especially around celebrations, the goal isn't always perfect, it's always being cared for. The crumbs will come back, toys will explode across the floor, the dog will shed again tomorrow. That doesn't erase what you've done today. It just means the house is alive. The more I lean into this mindset, the less I tell myself I clean all the time and it's never enough. And the more I can see I'm doing a lot in a real home with real people in a real season of life. Deep clean might look invisible to others, but I know what's different. And that quiet recognition makes it so much easier to keep going without resentment and to be gentler with myself in the middle of the mess, holidays or not. The holidays are over, but your home can still feel like the party never ended, and all that leftover clutter quietly drains your energy. With these 7 habits, the mess felt less overwhelming, and I started seeing small wins that actually added up. Start with just one habit, one corner, or one tiny change, and you'll notice your space and your mood slowly begin to shift. If you want to keep the momentum going, my next video shows how I reset the kitchen so it stops feeling overloaded and starts working with you again, not against you. And if this helps you feel even a little less overwhelmed, you can share or subscribe, not for the algorithm, but because your home deserves to feel easier and your mind deserves to feel lighter. Thanks for spending this time with me. I can't wait to share the next little reset with you.